Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Dan the Fix-It Man. Got another quick video here for you. I'm going to show you how to change your rear brake pads on a 2013 Volkswagen Passat. This is the Passat SE, and this has the mechanical parking brake. It does not have the electric parking brake. Now first I'm going to take out these caliper bolts here that are going into the slide pin, the upper and lower, and these are a 13 millimeter. You could use a wrench or a socket. You can see that slide pin wants to turn. If it does turn a lot on you, you can just put another open end wrench on there, which would be a 19 millimeter. We can set that aside. Same thing for the bottom one. And again, that slide pin is spinning. We'll just put on that open end wrench and hold that steady while we undo the bolt. Then we can use something to pry the caliper off. Screwdriver works fine. Just pull that off, and of course it's still got the brake line and the cable, the parking brake cable connected. We can just let that caliper sit out of the way for right now. Then we can pull out the old brake pads. Now you can see that this brake pad here has just started to go metal to metal. If you've heard that term before, that's what they're talking about. And that means that the pad was, or the backing plate of the pad was scratching on the rotor. And this one's very, very minor, and we caught that early enough. I'm going to take a look at the rotor, but we probably will not be replacing that this time. Now the replacement pad kit also comes with replacement clips, these little clips that are here that kind of hold the pad in place, put a little bit of tension on it, but also allow it to slide back and forth. But I'm just going to pull these off, just pry them off with a screwdriver. Now before I put these new little retention clips or springs back in there, I'm going to clean it up a little bit with a wire brush. Just get some of that junk off of there, and make sure that these clips will seat properly in there. Also not a bad idea to hit it with a little bit of brake cleaner. That'll knock off all of that debris. And then we can just snap these into place, just line them up. Each one is a little bit, they got to face the right way. You see it's got this little tab right here. This goes on the outside, and then these just snap in place over there. This one goes in here. Just make sure that those are all fully seated. You can see that there's a little bit of spring on that, and that's okay. That kind of helps hold the pad in place. Now before I put the brake pads back in, I like to use this Sill Glide. It's excellent for caliper slide pins and also for the brakes. I just like to spread a little thin layer on the back of the pad, and then a little dab on each end here, these little ears. And that's the part that's going to slide in and out on this metal clip there that holds onto the pad. And this really does seem to cut down on the noise and the vibrations and everything. Just make sure you don't get any of that grease on the surface of the pad or the rotor. Same thing on the interior pad or the inboard pad. And there we go, just kind of, sometimes it helps to put that in at a little bit of an angle at first. and sometimes they don't want to cooperate. Okay. Okay, now I also want to just pull out these slide pins. And this one actually looks pretty stiff. Yeah, they should be a lot smoother than that. Oh, okay. Now we have an issue there with this slide pin. It's really bound up in here, and you can see it's just completely gunked up. Just all gunked up right there. So this slide pin was not sliding the way it should be. It's that inboard pad, but that was really low, and I wonder if it's because this slide pin was kind of bound up and not allowing that caliper to move and completely release the caliper piston from pushing on the inboard pad. But I'm just going to clean this off as best I can with a little bit of brake clean and a paper towel. And then we're going to just put a generous amount of that same Seal Glide brake grease all over the slide pin here. Just completely coat it. And it's okay to get some on the boot as well. It actually will help protect it. And we'll just make sure that that moves around nicely in there. Yeah, it was kind of a little bit of gunk on the inside there too, so it's hard to put something in there to clean it, but I'm just wiping off that slide pin again. I'm going to add a little bit more grease. Put it back in. See how that feels. That's a world of difference there. So I think we did kind of have an issue, and I think we're okay now. And we can pull out the bottom slide pin too. See, that one was not bound up. It's kind of a slightly different design there, but we'll do the same thing. Clean that off. Get some of that grease on there. Spread that around. And put it right back in. Now you'll notice the rubber boot here on the slide pin doesn't really go in just by pulling on it, so I'm just using the edge of a screwdriver. Just the edge of a screwdriver. Just be careful not to puncture that boot. And that one's fully seated. Try to do the same thing down here as well. If you pull on the slide pin while you try to push that boot in, it's just that edge just doesn't want to go in until you push it with something. That looks good. All right, now it's time to wind the piston back in, and I'm going to move the camera so you can see better. All right, I just wanted to show you a little bit better angle here of the caliper before I push this piston back in. I've just got a screwdriver just propped up in here to hold it, just for the ease of filming. Before I push the caliper piston back in, which we will be using a special caliper wind back tool, you do want to double check and make sure that your master cylinder fluid level is not so high that it's going to overflow and make a big mess. So I'm going to take you up to the front and show you where that's at. Not the easiest to get to, but master cylinder is right down there in between this little engine cover and the battery box here. Got the lid off, and there is enough room for me to be able to push that caliper piston back in and not overflow this fluid. It looks like it's low enough to be able to accommodate that. If it was a little too high, you can roll up a paper towel and put it in there to wick out some of that fluid. You could also just use a turkey baster to suck some of that fluid out and dispose of it before pushing the caliper piston back in. Just makes it so you don't make a big mess. And then let's go push it back in. What I'm using is this caliper wind back tool, and this has got several different little attachments and fittings. The one I'm using, this is the number 7 that happens to line up with this Passat, and you just kind of put the backing plate on here, this little piece, and then you can see these little grooves in the face of the piston. That's where these little dots go, or these little metal parts will just kind of sit inside there. And so we just need to loosen that all the way and fit that in. And then once you get it lined up, and you can use a wrench or just use your hand, just back this out to keep that pad on there. And then whoops, slid out a little bit there. If you need to use a wrench on that, it's a 7/8. That will hold it nice and snug in there. But then you just turn that in, and sometimes it's a little stuck in the beginning, but you'll continually need to back this off right here to keep pressure on the piston as it goes in. And just kind of keep an eye on the boot as you're turning that in. Sometimes they want to catch and wrinkle. Just putting a little bit of this Seal Glide on the boot here too, just to kind of keep that pliable and kind of help that boot go back in there without creasing or catching on anything. I'll put a link in the description to this tool. I picked it up on Amazon. Pretty inexpensive, and I'll tell you, it really makes this a lot easier. And then once you get it all the way pushed back in and bottomed out, you can loosen that up and take that off. Alright, and then we can just bring the caliper back down and put in those 2 caliper bolts. Kind of have to hold it up in place while you do that. Just trying to get those started by hand here first. Just double check your manual on the torque spec on that, and if that slide pin moves on you or spins while you're tightening it, you can just put a 19mm open end wrench there. If I get a chance, I'll look up that spec and put it in the description or right up here. Wiping off a little bit of that Seal Glide that I got on the rotor, just spraying that with a little bit of brake clean. But that's pretty much everything. Just remember to step on the brake pedal once or twice, which will push the caliper piston back out and adjust the brake pads properly up against the rotor where they should be. Also, don't forget to top off your master cylinder with new brake fluid before you head out. I'll put a link in the description to that Seal Glide brake grease along with the caliper windback tool. Hope you like the video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't mind. That does help me out. But thanks so much for watching, and good luck.